If freedom be a thing a man need reason to fight for, who could tell you, I need my freedom so I can drink comfortably outside. And freedom for Ekom is the right to live like a fowl. And anywhere night meet him, he look for a space wide enough to stretch his leg and continue from where he stopped the next morning. And life back home, just perfect for a fowl, till other fowl begin to leave for the city. Then moving around and staying in one place don't feel like different things anymore. And the silence at day, quiet enough for Ekom to hear Uko deep in the forest at the cutting of trees, shouting back at his father when the man repeats, hold that machete well. You think I hold it that way and raise enough money to marry your mother? And sometimes something leap inside of him when he set his eyes on Uko. And he know, if not for the cage, the little fowl find himself. He make it too fowl who love to jump outside. But the chance Uko gets out of Papa's sight, he used to scavenge for a quiet place to drink his liquor. And other country boys and girls only show up at occasions, a bit dull in the face. And why not? Everyone know no one has it around here. And the way things remain permanent, you wonder if there ever be a time when what they have was worth having, and you hear a little jumping about here and there, and enough pride on their face to show for it. So last night, Ekom is staring into the dark village road from his house, and something come upon his eyes. He follow up on the figure bring him to Uko with a bag on his back. Well, thanks to sleepless nights, who are you? Where are you going? Get to be an exciting role for Ekom that night. But when he who are you close enough to realize it's Uko escaping from home, he called the little one to his side and pick a friendly role. So do you know where you are going and how to get there? Start his conversation with Uko, and before long, Uko get to lend Ekom a pair of his trousers, and the first light of day meet them in a vehicle to the city. But life in the city, a mind-blowing experience for a country boy. And after enjoying the pleasant surprises of his fresh start, the harsh realities of city life start to set in. And what he had yesterday, not enough to carry on to the next day. And the things he saved for tomorrow finish before the sun go down today. And he start to understand what it means to live based on hopes. And although forward ever, backward never stays strong on Uko's mind, he wonder why he escaped from home in the first place. If my corpse could talk, I will run into a coffin, even faster than Dracula, yet not running from the scorching sun, but from this cold existence. And I will shrink my bulk into it, if my urgent requests made the carpenter skip my proper measurements. Ethical thug play this song most of the times he get a chance away from the children who follow him about to pluck a string on his guitar. And although some clubs downtown still call him for a show, the Thug take out the frustration of his failed career on the whole town. And he who locked Ethical up get to answer to the whole town when they stop seeing him around. For many, love more than anything is unbelievable principles of life. And everything disgusts Ethical, and life seemed very meaningless to the Thug. So he keep it 50-50 with the world, but still wait for the day life surprise him. A world of crazy people out here, and you just have to find your kind. And freedom to live like a fowl, really what a musician be. So he come, never stop keeping an eye on Ethical Thug. For a lover of the outside life, the bonds of the city don't hurt a come that much. And just like God feed the birds of the air, a come survive. But the glitters of the city, not something a country boy's eyes challenge for long. And each time he see himself flying freely with his colors so bright, the thoughts of his invisibility pluck his wings, and every once in a while he is put down by wishful thinking. If I had the glitters, people look at me as someone and value my company. And a long time away from Oko make him homesick sometimes, and he wonder how he cope if he came to the city alone. Few more jobs at the factory, and he come already saving some for his future as a musician. And when Ethical finally bid farewell to music, the town carve a name for a come, and anytime he fly around town, Ethical the second, the new celebrity in town, fly by. And once again, life failed to surprise Ethical Thug when he finally discovered Ethical the second. Even the name that come with a little pride got to be dragged to the mud. But he only look at this boy with pity and hope he get enough people to fool him. But fame without money not a really good thing. So he comes guitar, move from one creditor to another. And the wits, a country boy come to city with only enough when he's just starting out. And over time, he is no longer able to manage his problems. And when help don't come from anywhere, he start to throw wild cards to see where it land him. Well, the landlord throwing them out of his house today start the throwing of wild cards for Oko and Ikom. So after a year in the city, they are now welcomed into the street life in city life. Play dead when you get in trouble with Ethical Thug, and the whole town know this. And everybody also know the Thug hate to have anything desecrate his sanctuary. Even the cigarette he smoke, he blow very far away. But some people just come around to pull his legs, and the way they play dead, Ethical run sometimes thinking he kill someone. And Uko, still discovering how many sounds the stomach make when after 3 days it see no food, and still on his way to discover how many more things situations like this capable to bring out of him. With no ears to the ground, Uko, very unaware of ethical and his love for his sanctuary. So when he see the way the dog protect his belonging with violence, he start to think it contains something very important. Play dead when you get in trouble with ethical dog, and the whole town know this. Everything disgusts ethical, I tell you before. And like the man who loves to have people think he never go to toilet all his life, ethical make sure no such smell associate with him. So each time he try to toilet, you think he tried to have his bath, and water don't need to touch his clothes. And Uko, who just welcomed himself into the street life of city life, don't really need a book on common errors to know ethical, not the kind of person you mess with. But when you start throwing wild cards, no card is too wild. And the only thing on your mind is, damn the consequences. All through the night, the boys discuss this thing ethical misplace. And one time, they come suggest they return the case back to the thug. But he too know, if what Uko say about the case be true, their fortune is God's doing. And they come know, Uko stealing from ethical, very impossible. This discussion about the content of the case come up again the next morning as they go to retrieve it from where Uko throw it. And they come start to talk about how one time he noticed ethical carry a lot of money, and each time he want to spend it, he bring out the whole bulk and count. And word around town is ethical always go around with money. He come got most of his ears on the ground, and Uko know he don't talk out of the blue. So he start to deliberate on the content of the case, and he tell Ekom, that case I carry last night really heavy, and I think it contain more than 100,000. And they come tell Uko, 100,000 too small to make a case heavy. I put 100,000 in my pocket, and you don't even know I carry money around. And before long, the boys start to predict 1 million in the case, and they start to talk about what and what they are going to do with the money. But Uko begin to get jealous when he notice they come full up too much about money. He don't know how it come about, and he lose his patience with Ekom when he put a girl on phone and start to talk about money he's about to spend on her. Ekom the bigger man, so he handled the matter like he should. But Uko no longer sure how much he get from this anymore if Ekom get to be involved. So instead of taking a comb to the house where he throw the case, he take a comb to a different house. And when that one tell him, "But you tell me the compound you throw the case into belong to someone I know very well." Uko tell him, "If I tell you the house belong to someone you don't know, you think we will be standing here?" So, after a long survey, he come decide he will use the fence into the compound. The man who want to divide his money now in safe hands, so Uko go for the compound where he throw the case. But climbing a fence don't go easy for him, as it go for a comb who deliver himself to Golgotha. In search of help, he come struggle to a house in the area where he work as a cleaner for the owner. Until today, he come is still looking for a chance to impregnate the man's daughter. And as he enter the compound, behold, Uko scaling the fence, and he immediately know this is the compound Uko throw all that money into. I don't think if a dead man rise up and walk at the smell of money, people surprised that much. So I'm not surprised when they come abandon the help he come to seek. Like most thieves are always eager to observe their loot before they arrive at their destination. Like if they discover it not the right loot, they go back to the owner and return it. They come decide to take refuge somewhere and observe his loot. But trouble, when properly defined, means you jump from frying pan and set your buttocks on fire. But thanks to God, Ethical know this boy, so he have the mind to pay attention when the poor thing cried that the case misplaced somewhere and he happened to find it. And when they come find out, Uko stole this case from Ethical, he tried to hide his friend's name from the many details Ethical forced out of him. But Ethical a man of details, and after a thorough cleanup of the trash that come out of a com's mouth, he know where to look next. Play dead. Each time you get in trouble with Ethical, the whole town know. But Uko don't know. But not to worry. Uko faint many times now, each time you face a beating. Betrayal, not a thing to be easily forgotten. And although they try to act like it don't matter that much, avoiding each other start to become an unavoidable thing. And after a small while, the loss of friendship and the loss of everything they hope for in the town start to produce its results. So they bid each other farewell and try to find a better life elsewhere. But although they part on a sad note, they come hope for the day their kids get to know each other. And today, all in the past. Oh where has little brother gone? Uko hear his sisters cry sometimes, and he know they don't stop looking for him everywhere, and pray to God for his safe return. The thing that spoil life in the city still be the same thing that spoil life back home, but no place like home. And as he continue his journey through life, Uko hope every road he take lead him back home.
Action. Oh yeah, go. Battery no dey. Why they laugh?